Hi, this has been one of my favorite books. I have been teaching school since 1990 and I have always loved reading this book because it's like a poem and it's all about birds, and I love birds of every kind. This book is written by Joanne Oppenheim and it's illustrated by a Canadian. Her name is Barbara Reid. And Barbara Reid did the illustrations with plasticine. Right, Peepa? She made the illustrations with plasticine. Now we're going to read this story, Peepa, and you're going to be featured on the Farm Bird page. Peepa had her birthday today. She is now 4 weeks old. Have you seen birds? Written by Joanne Oppenheim, illustrated by Barbara Reid. Have you seen birds? Long-legged, tall birds, tiny, bug-size, small bird, brightly breasted, gaily crested, meadow tan, or fancy fan. Have you seen birds? Have you seen spring birds? Fluffy, cheeping, sleeping, peeping, ever eating baby birds. Or early summer garden birds, nesting snugly in the shrubs, pulling worms and snapping grubs, finding food to feed the brood, drinking, singing, splashing, swinging. Have you seen birds? Have you seen autumn birds? Visiting the feeder birds, following the leader birds, leaving in a string birds, coming back in spring birds. Have you seen birds? Have you seen winter birds? Searching snow and tapping bark, perching puffed in freezing dark. Winter birds need lots of feed, scraps of fat and sacks of seed. Have you seen snowbirds? Oh, look, Peepa fell asleep. Peepa, I have to change the page. Have you seen woodland birds? Lying low, shy birds, trying hard to hide birds. Walking upside down birds? Acrobatic clown birds. Darting, drilling, piping, trilling. Listen, hear the warble of the wild wood birds. You sound like a wild bird, Peepa. Are you going to have a little nap on my lap? Whoo! Have you heard the night birds? Move by moonlit, bright birds, scaring rabbits into holes, hunting bats and rats and moles. Have you heard the haunting whoo of the hunting nighttime birds? Have you heard town birds rapping at the park birds, cooing in the park birds, quarreling in a rage bird, tweeting in a cage birds, squealing, squawking, screeching, talking? Have you heard birds? Here's your page, Peepa. Have you seen farm birds? Scratching, clucking, pecking, strutting. Cock-a-doodle-doo, barn birds. Peepa, are you going to be a girl? Are you going to be a hen? Or will you be a rooster? A cock-a-doodle-doo barn bird. I think you're going to be a girl, but I really can't tell yet. And on beyond the barn birds, what about the field birds? Field behind the barn birds, cricket catching, berry snatching, whistling from a thorny thistle. Have you seen birds? Have you seen marsh birds? Web-foot paddling water birds, walking with a waddle birds, wading in the reeds. Ooh, I spy a duck If you spy a duck, you should clap your hands and point to the duck. What do you think, Peepa? Can you see the duck? What about the great blue heron? Do you spy the great blue heron, Peepa? You're looking at the camera. Are you looking at the children? I'm glad you're sitting so nicely for story time, Peepa. Do you know seabirds? Twisting, drifting, swiftly shifting, searching, skimming, scooping, lifting, soaring by the shore. Those are the seagulls. Or flat-footed fishing birds, fussing, chatting, flipper, flapping, diving for their food. Have you seen these birds? Look up. See the sky birds. Flying way up high birds. Racing up to space birds. Wind wheeling, freedom, feeling, diving, dipping, gliding, tipping. Have you seen birds? A band, a flight, a flock of birds. The world is full of lots of birds. Have you seen birds? Thank you, boys and girls. I hope that you go and look for some birds in your neighborhood. Maybe, Peepa, you jumped right off. Maybe you'll even see a nest because it's spring and there are some birds having babies right now. What do you think, Peepa? You're a baby bird, aren't you? Thank you.